Good morning, students. Very warm welcome to all of you in my class of English. Students, we are learning chapter 9 this time, and I have already started chapter 9, in which I had explained you in the first video session the beginning part of the chapter, that is my unknown friend. And I am sure you must have enjoyed the beginning part, and we are going to proceed from that part. What happened in the story? As in the beginning part, you remember very well. Let me make it really just phrase what happened. You know that a stranger stepped into the compartment of a pullman, and the author was already sitting in that compartment alone. The stranger who entered in the compartment looked at the author, at the narrator, and he was surprised. He was very happy. He was elated to see him. He shook his hand and no doubt expressed a lot about him, and he told that he had met after a long time to the speaker. The speaker indeed didn't know him. He was very surprised who that man was, who the stranger was. But he still didn't let him know that he was unaware. He still replied his questions, and he tried his best to understand him, to recall about the incidents, about the places, and about the people he was referring to. He tried to remember those people, those places. The stranger presented himself like the author was quite familiar to him. He knew him very well. But the author, the speaker, is quite confused. And so he finds it difficult how to tackle the situation. He has no doubt to communicate with him. He had to continue. He had to engage. And so he just planned. What did he plan? He planned to just answer and make a counter questions with him so that he could engage him. He could engage him, and he would be able, the stranger would be able to answer the question. So let us see in the second part, that is here from page, as you know very well, 93 and 94 page. This is what here the part of content that I am going to share with you. And I am sure that all of you will listen it, enjoy it. So let us see what is the content of these two pages, because the chapter is lengthy and we have to finish it in the three parts. So in this part, here what is the content I am sharing to you? Here I have already written on the screen, and I would like to detail it, elaborate it in my own language. The writer decides to make a bold stroke by asking, "Do you ever hear anything about Billy now?" The speaker asks the question. The writer decides to make a bold stroke to just combat the situation, to tackle the situation. By asking, he asks the question, "Do you ever hear anything about Billy or of Billy now?" Billy was a common name, and hence he knew that he was safe using that name. The stranger even replies that Billy was ranching out in Montana. Ranching out in Montana means, what is ranching? That is the activity. Means in a big farm, horses, cows, sheep-like animals are bred. That is what ranching. So he told about Billy. He replied. The stranger was skilled, and he replied like he knew very well Billy, and he told that Billy was ranching out in Montana. And the conversations went on about few old friends. They are discussed about some more old friends. Hence then the mood changed when the stranger referred to a loss Then in next here session, the stranger referred about a loss of the speaker, and the writer is wondering, what had I lost? Was it money? And if so, how much? The writer choked with joy when he realized that the stranger was mentioning about a death. Later on, the stranger mentioned about a death. That was the loss of a speaker. Though death is a serious loss, the writer was relieved that he knows how to handle the situation. He was confident that he knew how to tackle such situation. He has only to keep quiet until he gets more information about whom he is supposed to have lost. And in this way, when the train was slowing down, the conversation went, when the train was going to slow down, the stranger looked quickly out of the window. The stranger who was in that compartment looked out of the window to see where he had reached, and his face was agitated. The moment he looked out of the window, his face was agitated. He became really very angry, in fact, at himself. The stranger said that he had missed the last station where he was supposed to get down. The stranger said that he had missed the last station where he was supposed to get down. So, what happened? Why he was agitated? Why couldn't he get down? That is the part that we will discuss in the next video session, and then we shall continue in that. So, here are some questions. From understanding the text, I am mentioning some questions with answers, and you are supposed, all of you, to write these question answers in your copy well and learn them. Here the first question is here, paragraph 3 and 9. Paragraph 3 and 9 record the exchange between the two men. Which of these lines indicate that something may not be quite right? What does it suggest? In fact, that will be paragraph 3 to 9. Not only 3 and 9, 3 to 9. Here that's misprint, sorry. The following sentences indicate that something may not be right. What are the lines? From para 3 to 9. Well, I replied. Who replied? The author. When the stranger asked him some questions, like just he saw him and he told, that he had met after a long time. He had met after a long time. So, he repeated and answered the stranger, telling, well, he just repeated. There he repeated. The speaker repeated. That doesn't mean that he answered him comfortably and he knew what he was answering, because he was still confused about the stranger. Who indeed? I thought to myself. That is another here reply, and that was ever told when he told that they had met after a long time. They had met after a long time. So, the speaker too just answered in that way. Yeah, who indeed? Who indeed had thought that just we would meet again? I thought to myself. So here again the author is telling, speaker is telling, he just thought to himself. It suggests that the two persons do not know each other but trying to recognize. They didn't know each other, but they are trying to recognize. So let us see now the further what is here next. Second question. I know just how to deal with the situation. What kind of situation was the speaker talking about, and how was he going to deal with it? What was the situation? So let us see. The speaker is facing a stranger in his and his questions, who is presenting himself quite familiar to the writer. Speaker is facing several questions. He was asked several questions by the stranger who had come in his compartment, and he showered a number of questions of his childhood he had spent and the places they had enjoyed their childhood, who is presenting himself quite familiar to the writer. He is referring the people and places. The speaker is unknown to them and trying to recall, to remember those places, those people. The speaker tells that he is skilled to handle the situation by muddling the conversation in his own favor. What happens now? Let us see in the third question. Third question is, what plan did the speaker use in paragraph 27 to 36? Why? Did he plan work? Did his plan work? Let us see. You know very well. The speaker thought to tackle the situation by making a bold stroke. We have right now discussed. When you are showered a lot of questions about the people, about the place, about several incidents of their life, then of course he was confused. So he also planned how to tackle the situation. He didn't want to tell that he didn't know the stranger. He didn't let him know that still he was confused about him. So the speaker thought to tackle the situation by making a bold stroke. He began to ask counter questions, especially referring to some common name like Billy and Petty. These names, which he supposed were common in old gangs. The stranger talked about gangs, about people. So he also just made counter questions and asked, referring some names like Billy and Pete, and he knew that these names are common in those gangs. In this way, his plan worked and he was successful to engage the stranger in conversation. So, the conversation goes on, and let us see what happens in the last of the story. That's quite curious. That's quite interesting. So we shall come to know in the last of the story what happened. Did they know each other or not? If knew, then what happened? All that will be answered in the last part of the video, that is the third video. And of course, you must be learning the chapter, you must be revising the chapter well, you must be reading right from beginning to end, and you must have noted down all the new words with their explanations, and please you learn them. All of you are suggested to learn them so that you can speak good English, fluent English, and you will be confident as well. So thank you students joining this session of video, being with me. Thank you very much students.